Hi, this is Harbaksh and you are watching Singh. This is our third video of Vulture series. In the previous two videos, we talked about life cycle of vultures and decline of vultures. And in the end, Dr. Sonika Khushwaha told that we have real hope to bring the vultures back. So today, in continuation of that, we are joined by Mr. Hemanta Dhakal to discuss about the vulture restaurants and how they are playing a crucial role in conservation of vultures. Mr. Hemanta sir is a faculty member at the Tribhuvan University, Nepal in the Department of Zoology. He is also a member of IUCN and is secretary of Pokhara Bird Society. He has more than a decade of experience in conservation of vultures. So sir, first of all, welcome and thank you for joining.
Namaste. Thank you for letting me to speak something about vultures.
Okay, sir. So you want to add something or should we move into the discussion?
Yeah, please, you can move to the discussion. I'm okay.
Okay, so okay. So first of all, tell us what is a vulture restaurant and how it works.
Vulture restaurant is not a place where we eat vulture. Generally, people, when we talk about vulture restaurant, they think that it is a place where we eat vulture. So nowadays, it's not called as a vulture restaurant. It's called as a vulture feeding site.
I used to think that vulture restaurants are like normal restaurant where people come eat, enjoy and watch vultures, and
Yeah,
profit from that used for vulture conservation.
yeah. People involved in vulture conservation, they think in that way, and people who are not involved in vulture conservation, those who are very much interested in eating meat, they think like it's a place where we can get the meat of vulture. So most of the people during my awareness camp and during my research work, they say, "Is that a place where we can eat vultures?" So that was the question most of the people asked me. But so nowadays, when we write a research paper, we write it as a vulture safe feeding site so that people could clearly understand that vultures are getting carcass which is free of diclofenac. So the concept of vulture restaurant started with the decline in the vulture population since 2000, and in India, Pakistan, Nepal, they developed the concept and which was more successful in case of Nepal. So what vulture restaurant do is a very important thing. It's like it have a three major work to do. First of all, generally people, the farmers, they have cattle which are useless when they grow old. So they cannot use for plowing field or they cannot use for giving milk also. So they collect the old cows from the surrounding areas, and since we were most of the Hindu people, they worship cows, so people are generally not allowed to kill the cow in our country. So what they do is they keep on feeding the cow unless and until they die naturally.
Okay.
After the natural death, so they make a cow shed at one place. They feed them until their natural death, and when they die, uh, since they are taking care of the cow, there is no use of diclofenac in that area. And
Okay.
as we know, if a cattle is not used with the diclofenac for 1 week, and if it die within that week, it will not be a problem for the vultures. So since they are direct observation with the people around in the vulture restaurant, so the carcass after the death will be safe for the vultures. So after the death, natural death of the cattle, they will take to a safe place where the vultures can come and eat. And for the easy feeding of the vultures and for the sustainability of the vultures restaurant, they take out the skins of the skin the dead carcass or dead cattles, and after the vultures will come and eat the carcass, and after the carcass is end up with the flesh, they collect the bones at one place.
Okay.
They also sell the bone so that they could run the vulture restaurant. It is very costly to run a vulture restaurant, so people design a concept that when people want to visit that place to see the vulture, they charge something from them.
Okay, sir.
So in Nepal, it's a community-based vulture safe feeding site. So that the community people, they are engaged in opening of the vulture restaurant. Legally, in Nepal, practically and legally, there are 6 vulture restaurants. Among them, one of the most successful one is in the Navalpur, very near to the India also, in the Tarai of Nepal. It has been one of the best example in the world to conserve the vultures. Now the question arises: How does the Vulture Restaurant support vulture population? This is the main question that have
Yes, sir.
been people asking. So, after knowing the vulture species around us, people will think about them first thing, because the main thing we need to develop is the positive concept or positive perception regarding the vulture. Most people in our still believe that the vultures are untouchable. They are when they sit on our roof. Also, we need to worship our house. We need to do some kind of um, spiritual things so that we will not be in touch with the bad spirit, something like that. So these concepts should must be removed so by making people know about the importance of vulture in the ecosystem.
Yes,
So after developing that, that concept will be positively developed in case of the people. First thing. Second thing, the vulture population will be promoted by available of the safe carcasses, because if one of the carcass is poisonous or one of the carcass is having some kind of defect, that will kill more than 100 vultures at one time. So that will be the second positive concept. Third one, since vulture will be easily getting the food availability, they can be nesting somewhere around the vulture restaurant. We have recorded such activities of the vultures in Nepal also. And another thing, it will be easy for the researchers to know about their population, to
okay.
know about their movement, their behavioral ecology, something like that.
Okay, so you have told that for feeding the vultures, you buy cows from the people.
No, no, it's like there was a concept. First of all, to attract the people,
Okay,
we had an offer like if you bring cow, then we will give you something transportation cost for you.
okay,
It
sir.
was like that when it was running by some funding or something like that. Later on, they have to pay for it. First,
Okay,
we
sir.
pay for them. Nowadays, they have to pay for it because they are disposing something that is
Yes,
useless
sir.
to them.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Cows problem is also rising in India. So,
yeah, so nowadays municipality is not a vulture restaurant, but municipality in most of our city area they are now having feral cattle all around the city areas, and it's disturbing the transportation system. So my neighbor municipality around my area now they are doing like collecting the cows all over the street if
okay,
they are on the street, and they are, but they are not trying to open vulture restaurant, but they are just collecting them. But the
okay.
problem arises when they die. So
Yeah,
first of all, they start burying it, but when the number of the death is high, they cannot bury it. So they just left it on the open area where there is no population, human population. Now, few days back, there was an incident, and I was there to observe that incident. It was a very critical incident. Like there was a high tension line before the establishment of the cow shed, and the high tension line was 3300 volt high tension line. It was a short one distribution line,
okay,
and the municipality, without starting, they open a cow shed collection center. And first year it was not a problem because the number of death of cow was very less. And the second year, the number of the death of the cow increased, and the vultures start coming to eat the carcass. And after eating the carcass, the vulture were found striking with the high tension line, and the death number was very high.
okay.
So now they are minimizing the effect by undergrounding the tension line. So we have suggested them to do something that will.
You have told that Hindu religion kind of comes in between. Actually, day before yesterday, I was discussing with one of my friend to discuss about the question to be asked today. And when I told him about the using cows at the feed for vultures, his first reaction was, "Don't you think that Hindu religion will come in between this?" So, what do you think on this?
So it's not like killing them. Everything will die, isn't it? Everything have to die.
Yes, sir.
It's in our vision that we saw someone something is eating something, then that is not the truth. Because in natural, because when you see our past history, when the cattle died, they were left open in the barren lands. Nobody was coming there to
Yes,
worship the cow after the death. Because we worship until they are alive. We don't mean that we are not following our religion. We follow our religion. We worship cow. But after the death, if it is useful to something else, then why don't we use it?
yes,
That's the thing. It doesn't mean that we have to kill a cow. It
yes, sir.
doesn't mean like that. Or you are not forcing someone to kill a cow. You need to feed them. You need to take care of them like usual as you do in your house. But once it is dead, then why should we bury? Because it could be a food for 100 vultures.
Yes, yes,
That is the concept. So when we are opening a vulture restaurant, we have to make a government compile something like law or some rules and regulation. So government is convinced regarding, because killing a cow is like killing a man in Nepal.
yes, sir.
We will be punished just like a killing a person. So you are not allowed to kill a cow, but they have made an agreement that after the death, you are not selling meat of a cow, you are not eating meat of a cow, but after its natural death, you are giving it to a vulture.
Yes,
That's their address. So there was a conflict, like you said, one of the vulture restaurant near my hometown. The person who was looking over the vulture restaurant was taken to jail, was taken in a custody because of some of the Hindu followers. They saw the cow was being eaten by some vultures. He was dragging the dead cow, and
okay,
they called the police and they complained, and he was taken to the police station. So people of the villagers, all the people, they went to the police station, and
okay.
they say claim that he's not a criminal. He is doing a great job,
Yes, sir,
so
yes,
he was released after that. So it's not a crime. So people need to be understood about it, because, as you said, this may be a critical condition in India also, because some of the
yes,
people, they are blind, totally blind, in the name of religion. They're totally blind, and they need some issue to talk. They make it as an issue. So for this, first of all, we need to make people aware that vultures are not getting total amount of food they need from the nature. So if we can add something, that could be more useful.
okay. So it's good to see that people are supporting the vulture restaurants. So actually the thing is that if we really have to save some animal, then the participation of local people is must in that. And
That is the first thing.
that
That
only
is the first.
happens, I think, if there is absolute love for that thing in the local people, or there is some kind of barter system. So sir, can you please tell how the local peoples are get benefited from the vulture restaurants?
First thing, we can increase the tourism. In Nepal and India, we have around 9 species of vultures recorded. That is, among them, four are critically endangered, as you know. So we are looking and we are watching them every day. It's not very much important for us, because we are. It's very easily seen for us. But people are around the world, they don't know about it.
Yes,
When they come to your place, if they see, they get excited. They can pay for that. We're looking at them. So what we do in our vulture restaurant, we charge some amount of money for the entry inside the vulture restaurant, and that amount of money will be used for the local people also. And what we have also done is encouraging people doing cow farming.
yes,
The milk will be stored at a place, and milk will be stored. That is a what we say, community-based agricultural program. We have launched that one also. And then we have also made commercial program like making the agarbattis and giving training to the local people. With the launch of the Vulture Restaurant, we are also doing some side initiative work, so that people will feel that because of this vulture conservation program, we are also getting benefits.
okay. So, what would you like to say on that? So, how the normal people like us, who are engineers, etc., how we can directly help in vulture conservation?
Normal people, what they have to know is the importance of vultures in if they are in a locality.
Okay,
We
sir.
should not throw poison containing carcass, poison containing dead animals all around. We should have to dispose it properly. First thing, they should know about it. Second thing, if there is a habitat like big trees where the vultures are nesting, people are aware, they will not cut it down, because mostly if they saw vulture nest near to their house, they will cut it down. That is very common, because they don't like it.
Yes.
If the people know that they are important, if we save them, it will be very good for our future generation. Then they will. Normal people can do a lot of things in that sense. When I was in a school time, I used to have a lot of vultures in my area locality, and I was so interested to look at them. I go and toss them, and my grandmother, when she knew that I was playing with vulture, she gave some kind of spiritual water to me to make me refresh or something like that. Then I was so much shocked to look at that. And later, when I was studying in my masters about the vultures, then First thing I realized that I should make people aware. If unless they get to know that the importance of this, what is these beasts, or what I say beast to them, because they are like a beast, but they are beautiful beasts.
Yes.
And unless they know about their importance, nobody is going to conserve them. So that experience make me go for around 55 schools in my area where I did a vulture awareness camp. And most of them were so much effective. I make a documentary also, you can see in our YouTube.
Okay, sir.
So my message to the people, those who are going to see this video, is that so even an insect have its value in the nature, and these are the big creatures. So the day may come when everything will die and there is no one to dispose them. One study have already given the concept that vultures are what we say vultures are saving our money that we have to use to dispose those things, and they have a certain kind of digestive system that they can digest any kind of disease
Yes, sir.
except diclofenac. They are even not found being dead of due to avian flu or something like that, bird flu, something like that. They have a highest digestive method what we elementary canal, so they can digest any kind of things they are dead. So that is very good for us to clean the nature that is being polluted. So that's what I want to say. So if we save vulture, we are saving nature, and if we are saving nature, we are saving ourselves.
Okay, sir. So finally, sir, I want to say that you are doing wonderful thing to conserve the environment, and really thank you for that.
Thank you. Harbaksh, you are doing a great job, and I'm very happy to know say something that you have asked me today regarding the vulture conservation. Hope this message goes to every part of your country. People will realize about. Still, there are a lot of program going on, but your effort will be very much effective. I will be listening to you in the future also. That
Okay, sir.
uh, your efforts have given some result.
Okay, sir.
Uh, Maybe someday we will talk about it also.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, guys, that's all for today. I hope you liked it. Subscribe our channel for more content like this and hit the like button. Until next time, take care.